Hello everyone, this is Grand Madam, aka C. Smith Ray, with something a little different this morning. What I was guided to do before I could even throw down a card was to talk to you about honoring your ancestors using ancestral money. So here I am. I wasn't given any time to do research. This is on the fly, but I do what my ancestors tell me to do, okay? When they tell me to do it. So, I've scribbled down some notes. Number one, you're probably wondering, if this is new to you, why you would like to connect to your ancestors. And basically, what we're doing is connecting to the departed family members and friends who have passed on, who have transitioned into another realm. They are alive and well, just not in the form that we are in at this time. They're basically light beings. But now let me explain something to you. Just because you've transitioned into your light body, I'll get back to that in a minute, doesn't mean it's over for them. We all have debts to pay, even when we go into different realms. Now, I call them light beings for the simple reason that when we drop this body, when we drop this shell, we are beings of light. How do I know this? I actually saw it in a meditation. I actually have seen some not too long ago during the storm. What I thought was a snowdrift wasn't a snowdrift at all. It was a being of light. And it was floating all the way down to the main road. And I'm like, well, who was that? Because there was no wind for the snow to drift. It was in a perfect form. It looked like the ghosts we see in horror films when they have the sheet over the head. It wasn't a sheet. It was energy, light energy. And it looks like a waterfall. If you've ever seen a waterfall on the waters, it comes down like that. And basically, they're little nodules of water. But from where we stand, it just looks like one sheet on top of another sheet of water. Well, that water appearance, that's energy. That's energy. Not too long ago, especially when I was going through this thing with my daughter who was seriously ill, gravely ill, I went into a meditation and I called on my mom and my dad and my grandmothers, all those who loved her. And I said, I know you're here, but I've got to see you. I've got to see you. And when they appeared, it was a scenario. I was in light, just a big sphere of light, standing off. And here came one big sheet of light, and next to it, it was one smaller sheet of light, one shorter sheet of light, and a dear friend who I also called on, who's been helping me along through my journey. It was white light, but their lights were up top cloudy. And what that dark cloudiness told me about them, all honors and gratitude for them showing up to help me, especially when I was crying and I needed to know that they were there for sure, for real. That told me even in my grief, look, you're upset over your daughter, but there are some smudges in their energy, some smudges in their light. They need help. Okay? And it was around that time I started singing their praises, sending them, my love and all this other stuff. And then I found some ancestral money I thought they would appreciate. So, my daughter's fine. They came through like champs for me and for her. And I was guided to do certain things that worked. As I've told you before, I still have never gotten sick. I've been around sick people, which tells me either, like I said, I'm either a carrier or I've got some immunity to what's going on, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to stay immune to it, But basically, I think it's important now, especially in the period we're in, Every country in the world is experiencing some type of instability. To stay sane, to stay whole, peaceful, and confident, this might be a good time to honor your ancestors. I said honor. I did not say worship. You didn't worship them when they were in this realm, so why are you going to worship them now? So you honor them. Okay? Now, there are various types of ways to honor your ancestors. Some leave out food. I can't do that. I'm in the city. That would draw roaches and rats. We do have a rat problem. I don't, but I've seen the remnants of it. Some use water. Now, my ancestors don't necessarily respond as well to water as they do to fire. So what I do to connect with them, well, look, what I do to connect with them, I'm so connected now, all I have to do is start talking. But to send them energy and give them strength and help clean up whatever smudges that are in their energy, I send them ancestral money. Now, I have a big thing of ancestral money, but it just didn't feel right to me. So I don't use it anymore. My daughter uses it, but it was just too big for me. And I felt that since we were born in the USA, we understand USA money, American cash dollars, use this. Now, this is not real. You see Benjamin Franklin on the $1,000 bill. Ancestral money, denominations are huge. Thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, billions of dollars. Energy, symbolic of energy, okay? Whether it's whether the dominations mean anything specific or they're really broken down like we break them down here, I don't know. I haven't heard. But what I have heard, since I started my practice of burning astral money to my ancestors, I just needed feedback. Do you like this? Do you want me to still keep doing this? And I've got a resounding yes, it's very significant to us. And I'm like, who was that? I knew it was one of my grandmothers, but I did not know which one. Anyway, I think it's my maternal grandmother. She is very active in the protection and blessings of my family. Okay? But getting down to how to do it, I'm going to let you see how I do it, and I'm going to do an actual burning of the astral money this morning or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. The first thing I do is set an intention to connect with my ancestors. Now it's to the point where I just say, hey, y'all, I'm sending you something. If that works for you, fine. But that's what's working for me now. Because I'm in a constant state of connection with them anyway. My ancestors, my angels, my guides, all those folks. Yeah, and they're real people. They're real beings. They're not spooks. They're not ghosts. I don't see them as spirits, especially since I see these. They're not, cat, go away. They're not, I don't believe in ghosts like that superstitious woo-woo hocus pocus. I'm more of a Star Trek, Star Wars person. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied again with the lips. It's the lipstick, y'all. So I see beings, entities that are basically different kinds of beings. And I see the form of my ancestors. They don't look ghostly at all. At all. As a matter of fact, some of these beings I've seen look like something straight out of Star Trek and sometime out of Star Wars. Okay. But getting back to the purpose now. Set my intention to connect with my ancestors. Hey, y'all, I'm sending you something. And then I visualize. What I also do is I write their names on the back of the paper. I also have pictures of them on my ancestral altar. Yes, you can just take a little corner of your table or corner of your bookcase and put your ancestors' pictures on it. I'm also seeing something right now to tell you you can do something as small as just serve an orange. I see an orange on a small plate. Put in front of the pictures of someone's loved one, okay, or loved ones. I tell you, spirit is flowing now. The energy is flowing. All right, you can put them in a whole circle of your ancestors if you want, and plop the plate of orange, unpeeled, right smack in the center. Okay, and you can leave that up there for a few days. Do not eat that because it will not have any nutrients. What will happen in probably 3 days? You will see that the energy from that orange has dissipated. That means they got that energy. Okay, it's a life energy. Some ancestors do like oranges. Okay, mine's okay. Thank you, Grandma. But mine just says strawberries. Okay, okay. I gave you strawberries. Um, Visualizing your ancestors, remembering who they were to you, and how much you love them is a very powerful tool to use. I even get misty-eyed sometimes because I miss them so. Let's see, what else? We talked about the ancestral paper. Oh, the purpose of all of this is to make the connection. Your ancestors have the power to open roads for you. Okay? They have the power to protect you and yours from all harm. Also, they can bring you some money too, if you ask. If you ask. They can guide you in a place where it will help you reach your goals, whatever they are. You can discuss your goals with your ancestors. Okay. So what's next here? Right paper. Oh, I did that already. Oh, this is important also. I have two sets of ancestors. I have the ancestors in my bloodline, meaning those I'm genetically connected to. Mother, father, grandparents, aunts, uncles, folks like that. And I have my community ancestors. And they are non-blood relatives. They are friends. And they are friends like family who have passed over. Okay? And I send them some stuff. I send them, I just put their names also on the back of whatever bill. I do 2 bills a day because I keep them separate. I just, because my bloodline ancestors would get a little ticked off, and they'll let you know when they're ticked off. No hocus pocus, just bam. For example, the other day, I wrote down my mother's name, and my father's name was Robert, and I abbreviated it, ROBT, and he said, write out my full name, please. Okay, Dad, got it. Yes, I went and scratched it out and wrote Robert, ROBERT, because he wanted it that way. And I honor both. I send them my love. And since doing that, it seems that I am at a more perfect state of peace, sometimes even bliss, after being in their company and being around them, and knowing that there's something on this side I can do to help aid them, to help clear out the smudges of their light, to help them ascend even further. Okay? So, without much further ado, light up. Now, the way you do this, if you want something or you need something, you fold Josh paper towards you. Now, I like these little pieces. I seem to have more control over these. Now, sometimes you can add oils. If I want some money, I'll ask Mom to send me some money, and I will dab a little money oil. I make my own out of olive oil, cloves, of course, cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and I dab it on the bill. And what I do, light up. This is going to my ancestors. Hey, y'all, I'm sending you something. Okay. Make sure you have, dropping ashes, some type of fireproof container. I thought this teeny weeny little cauldron was cute. I don't think I'm a witch, but I like cauldrons. And also as a fireproof pot. So that went to that bloodline. And here are my community ancestors. my friends, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends who passed away, ex-girlfriends who passed away, all that. You send love to them and gratitude. Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you for getting me through Lauren's thing. Now I need you to get me through the rest of my journey. I want to talk to you about travel. It's that time. And that's all it is. I do this every day. If I'm fully distracted and something has come up to knock me off my schedule and I miss it, I double up the next day. I send them 2, and it seems to help. Okay? Where do you get your ancestral paper? I got mine off Amazon. Now, what am I going to do with the ashes? Well, I could dump them because I'm a city girl. I can dump them in the trash and separately from the garbage because this is special. I can either dump them, put them out in the trash. I'm about a few steps away from the park. I could dump them in the ash in the park, or I can keep it in a bag and save it for some ritual I'll need to clear something away. Or I can just keep them a little bit longer. Some people bake their ashes. That's a little too advanced for me, okay? So for right now, these ashes are going back on the ancestral table with the ancestors, and I can go on with my day, okay? So remember, your purpose of connecting with your ancestors is to, number 1, honor them. Number 2, send them love and gratitude, and they'll send it back to you. Mental place of mind, peace. It gives a very peaceful feeling from within when you do that. And if you want them to open doors for you or to make a way for you, let's say you need a job or something like that, you can ask them to do that. Or just because. One thing is for sure, it will knock all the loneliness you've ever felt since their passing. Knock it right on away. All right? So, this is C. Smith Ray, aka Grand Madam, with How to Connect to Your Ancestors. Much love.